Kai Havertz is out for the whole of the season due to a hamstring injury. Obviously, that is going to affect this Saturday's game. It's a 12:30 kickoff at the King Power Stadium. It's Leicester versus Arsenal. We're going to discuss it in this preview, but should we go straight there? Is that the first place to start? Well, I mean, we're obviously going to do a Predicted 11 video, so make sure you check out that on the channel. But the Dubai trip, Lee, after the Newcastle game, I asked you, I was like, do you think the boys, deserve to be going on a rest into Dubai? And you a bit agree with Dubai, but you understand the players played a lot of football. You thought they'll be going for a break. Now they've come back and we're less than what we left with. It's a bit embarrassing, if you must say.
Yeah, pointless exercise. I mean, I thought it was to rest, recuperate, do a little bit of training, but I'm hearing it was intense training, and that's what's done it and all that, And did they really need to have intense training? Not really. It's just listen. I get last season's trip up to Dubai because it was like a winter break. Yeah. This one was because we went out the FA Cup. I sat there watching all the FA Cup games, and it was fantastic to watch. Like teams going out and whatever, and teams like Forest having to really battle. Newcastle, who, by the way, stuffed us, battling really hard at Birmingham, etc., etc. And then I'm seeing us, our players on the beach having a laugh and everything like that. Then you come back and you see Kai Havertz has been out for the rest of the season, so that went well.
Yeah, well, it's not good, and we have to kind of start there. I'm going to have to ask you as well, Turkish. I mean, Lee's right. You think you go over to warm weather training to relax, cool off. Yeah, you do a bit of training, but I saw them do open training sessions. That's normally light. Sign some autographs. But I then heard they were doing intense pressing, and that's how Havertz got a hamstring injury, and now he's out for the rest of the season.
I don't mind that it's intense training because I don't like the fact or hearing that it's a break or rest because of what Lee said. We're at the FA Cup. So I don't mind that it's intense training, but I feel like our attackers needed an extra layer of protection. Yeah. And listen, I'm not Havertz's biggest fan, but he does work hard. He does, run himself into the ground. And, recently the images were circulating of him finished after a game. I think it was the Wolves game. So with the attackers, there should have been a light touch because we're very, very, very... Well, we were very fragile in that we're smashed now. I mean, fragile going into the break, and now we're broken. How can you go into a break and leave broken? Because now we've only got 3 attackers, one of which is finished and hasn't really been given his chance at this club because he's a loan that came in on the last day. Just anybody, right? But not just anybody in January.
I'd love that in January. Right
here
now,
we are with having to rely on someone we haven't relied on all season, a youngster that we shouldn't be relying on. And Trossard, who went into the season as one of the best backups in the league, and over the season, that tag has kind of left him because he's no longer been a backup because we've had to, put him in the first team so often this season. So we've kind of lost what he brings off the bench. Now we've just got those 3. Come on, I mean, it's bad luck for sure. It's bad luck, but it's also poor squad management. It's a mix. Okay, let's look at the game in full. Obviously, Leicester. Do you feel like this game? Because before the injury, I thought we have enough to beat Leicester City. Even after this injury, you look at Leicester sitting 18th position. They haven't won too many games this season as well. You'd think you still have enough. I need to ask you both: is this going to feel like more of a they're at the bottom fighting to stay up? Is it going to be more of a relegation scrap for them, and it's going to be a tough game for Arsenal, or do you still think Arsenal have enough to be comfortable and get this over the line, even with the players that they got left with, Lee?
No, they've not got enough now. This is where Mikel's got to earn his money now. This is where I think he's got to change the system now. You've got to probably go like 4-5-1. You can, you ain't got enough attackers. You can't play 3 up front no more because there's no subs.
But is it fair to say that against Wolves, though, they went down to 10 men and we still got it over the line? So surely Arsenal's quality would prevail when it comes to Leicester, or not?
Yeah, but you had Havertz in that team then, you had Martinelli in that team. I'll be really honest with it, we should never be in this position where we're gambling. And we've gambled. Arsenal Football Club, big Emirates Stadium, you know what I mean? Like,
a big club.
We've gambled. And it's a failure. Listen, I sit here now, and if those injuries happened in February, everybody's fit, it's bad luck.
Yeah.
Right? But you had a transfer window when you had 2 of those players down. You had to go in there and
do business.
And I think now, I look at that front 3, there's better teams in the bottom half of the table and even in the relegation zone that have got a better front 3 than us now. So I think every single game now, we're going to have to defensively work very, very hard in midfield. And we're going to have to scrape 1-0 wins, 2-1 wins and things like that.